Good morning, Lisa. We are live. Welcome to the Morning Muffin Show, your morning carload of real estate. I've just taken it that I'm going to sing it forever. Okay.
Sing it forever. Okay. Good morning, Jen.
How was your Christmas? I did post a video on the Morning Muffin page with my trashed house
I
and
saw
no
it.
makeup and my kids playing in the snow.
That's good. That's good. I don't know if you're frozen or not. Okay, now I can see.
We cut out there.
Now I can see you moving. There goes my dog. It's
I
gonna
think
be one
I
of those days.
cut out.
I think you cut out a little bit. I think you froze for a minute, but
And
I
hear
had
the
a fabulous
mailman.
Christmas. The mailman.
I heard,
Oh,
I did see a video posted on your personal page with your dogs running around and your kids in the backyard in the snow.
it was fabulous. I just loved it. We had both dogs here and they just were playing and with the snow. And I was hoping for a white Christmas. I wasn't hoping for 10 inches, but we had a white Christmas and I had a lovely time. And how
You
about
have
you?
10 inches.
We had 10
You have
inches.
10. We have like 3 in Cottage Grove.
And then we had to shovel and blow last night because you didn't get snow last night. Oh, we got about an inch or so, an inch and a half. I don't know how much, but yeah, I got to use my new snowblower again. So, fun stuff. Yes.
Did
Yes.
somebody get a snowblower for Christmas?
I went out and bought myself a snowblower for Christmas. So, wasn't looking forward to doing that, but I had to do it. So I'm very glad I did. Anyway, on with the show. We're talking about 2021 predictions today. Jen's going to talk about the economy. I'm going to talk about housing.
Oh, yeah. But can I just tell you that last night as I do, I think about this show at night while I'm laying in bed, because when you're a naturally anxious human being, all of your best thinking happens when you're supposed to be asleep. And I don't feel like it was my best thinking, honestly. I think that I want to reflect on 2020 a little bit and talk about how it felt. And I don't know how to not get emotional about this. It felt like for a lot of people, and not just myself, but definitely for myself, it felt like 2020 was like one giant long panic attack, like one after the other, starting with Australian wildfires. I don't know if you can remember that.
I remember.
Where there's pictures of burned koalas and like I know. Right? And then I remember being at the gym and or in like February with a bunch of little old ladies that were there because I always work out in the morning with this I call them swimmers, the pool goers, and the water aerobics, and they were talking about this big trip that they were going to take to Europe and to Italy. And I remember there was like 10 of them and only like 7 of them came back. The other 3 were severely ill. And it was right when COVID had hit, like early March. And Italy's numbers were blowing up. And I remember watching them every day and seeing, like 900 people a day dying. And I think back and how panicked I was then and hearing the numbers now in the United States being like 3,000 people a day dying. And the whole year, just as I was laying in my bed, thinking about my friends that are servers that have lost their jobs, and their medical coverage, and how we don't have medical coverage in this country, and the bills. One of my friends had to I lost a friend to COVID, and there's no money there. There was no money there. And there's 2 children that possibly are in the system right now because they were a single parent. And I just thought about it, and I want everybody to be very mindful about what's coming. Okay. And if you have the means to take care of yourself, try to take care of somebody else as well. Because there's a lot of people out there hurting. And as I talk about, I listen to the World Economic Forum. It's one of my favorite things to listen to in the morning when I do my makeup and get ready. And we're going to talk a little bit about the world economics, but we're also going to talk about donut economy and things that the world is trying to move towards. And I just want everybody to have a little open mind about it, okay? Because we might be in a little bit of a protective bubble. I feel like here in Minnesota, especially when it'll come to housing and things like that. So anyway, sorry to be such a downer this morning.
Wow. Yeah. No. Don't apologize. You're not being a downer. It's just that's where you went last night in your head. I feel for you. I did not have that experience.
I did not sleep a wink. As a side note, I don't know where I got this cup from. I've had it for about 15 years now, and it's got someone's name on it. So if you see this cup on TV and you recognize it, let me know, because I have no idea where.
Oh, shoot. I think you're breaking up a little bit and you froze.
I think it stopped for a minute.
But that's okay. That's okay. All right. Since you started, why don't you go
first? Are you there?
I'm here. I'm totally here.
It's all right. I can see you. Let's keep going.
Yeah. We're going to keep going.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I think
I'm going to share my screen with you.
Okay. I think we might be having some technical difficulties. There we go.
Okay, here's the first one with you. Experts predict the housing market will be like.
So, yes. So the housing market is supposed to be very good next year, according to the chief economist from Realtor.com. They're predicting that sales of homes are going to be going up about 7%. And that prices are going to continue to increase, not as much as they did in the past year, in 2020, but that prices will increase about 5.7%. They are expecting.
I'm looking for a chart. Sorry, guys. I was hoping I would see one.
See what?
I'm not seeing a chart.
No,
there's go back up to the top.
I don't think
a chart.
There's a chart. No, I don't think
it's just a big.
It's just an article. It's a Forbes article. So, and they're talking about Gen Xers and millennials buying more homes. But what I really wanted to see is the next article, the Bigger Pockets article. But anyway, they're saying because of low interest rates, buyers are still going to be buying. They're predicted to stay, below 3%, but perhaps inching up a little bit. But this is what I think is super cool, is this article. I have to find it on my screen, where the housing market is expected to go. And this is from the Fairweather 2021 economic forecast. So I'm going to run through some of these, but they've got different predictions. Mortgage rates staying historically low at 3%. More home sales than in any year since 2006, but price growth will slow, like I just said. More new homes built in any year since 2006. And what I thought was interesting was the number of Americans relocating and moving to more economically less expensive homes, more affordable places because of working from home. You don't have to be living in a city. Because some businesses are never going to go back to working in the office. Those are going to go away. It says San Antonio, Tucson, and Tampa will be the hottest housing market. Expensive cities will invest in their culture and lifestyle. A lot of home buyers, which So my parents just sold their home to somebody in Ely, sight unseen, didn't have an inspection. And that's one of the predictions, is that a lot of more home buyers are going to be making offers on homes without looking at them. Price competition for real estate agents. And the last thing was agents and businesses offering one-stop shop. We've talked in our business about offering more concierge services, offering moving services, and all of that kind of thing. And that's one of the things that they're predicting, which is kind of where we're heading at the Wickman Real Estate Group, is offering those kind of things. So I thought that was kind of an interesting article from Bigger Pockets, but it actually came from Fairweather 2021.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like it. I like it. Yeah. And we do still have a housing shortage here. I mean, we talked right before Christmas. I lost out in multiple offers like a week before Christmas. I'm like, people are buying houses for Christmas.
People are buying houses. It doesn't matter that it's the holidays, end of the year. A lot of people still want to get into their homes.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So, and they're saying there's still going to be a shortage, but towards the end of the year, they're thinking it'll be a little bit more equal, but not a buyer's market by any chance.
There's no way. And we're just talking about home purchases. We're actually not talking about rentals. Okay. No. So if you're in the rental market, that is a whole different thing. Some cities the real estate agents do work in rentals. Here in Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota, the Twin Cities area, we don't do that. I mean, we can. Don't get me wrong. I have. So have you. Negotiated leases and things like that. And we can do that. It's not as common.
They also said in one of these articles that the smaller landlord, not the big companies, may have some struggles because rents are so high, and because of the fact that people can work anywhere, they're moving to the suburbs. They're moving out of the cities.
And I think community living.
What?
Community living is going to be on the rise again. We're going to see multi-generational living. The one thing that I absolutely love about some of the builders in the Twin Cities is they typically have a second washer dryer hookup in the basement. So they'll put like the washer and dryer for the main home upstairs where the bedrooms are, or on the main level. And then they'll have a second washer dryer hookup in the basement in case of multi-generational living. And I love that. In fact, I'm actually installing one in my house in case I have a family member that needs to come and live with me. I have a disabled father, and I like my family. I want them to come live with me. Okay,
that's
so
a
now
lovely thing.
mine, like I mentioned before, I'm going to focus more on the bigger economy and the predictions that we have. I mean, we can't ignore COVID-19, for example, that just because we have a vaccine doesn't make it's not just going to go away. Okay. So the World Bank here is talking about an additional 88 million to 115 million will be put into extreme poverty this year, making it up to as much as 150 million people by 2021. And that's earning less than $2 a day, which is about 10% of the world's population, like 9.4 is what it says here. And these predictions were taking place in October. But as you know, we talk about places that don't have medical coverage. We have countries that don't pay their employees to stay in their jobs, or play their employers to stay, keep their employees and things like that. It's talking about in general. There's quite a bit of countries that are doing well, and then there's some countries that are doing terrible. And I think we fall somewhere in the middle bottom when it comes to ours, but that's my personal opinion. And then lastly, I just want to share, there's a really great book, and I talk about it all the time, and I'm sure I've talked about it here. Donut Economics. You guys, if you have a chance to read it, I highly recommend it. The World Economic Forum has kind of taken it under its wing to be the model that could help and equality and whatnot. But basically, what it is you have a donut here, and the outside of the donut is essentially the ecological ceiling, and then the hole in the middle is the social foundation or the shortfall. So anything that doesn't stay perfectly on the, just so you know, the name of a donut is called a torus, like
It's called a
Torus.
what?
A torus, Torus, is the name of a donut shape. That's like the technical term.
Okay. I did
Is
not
a
know.
torus. Yeah, it's a ring. But anything that falls off of the donut this way, it's the climate. Anything that falls in the middle is social, right? So it talks about just maintaining this balance of staying within, we have these problems, and these are our two biggest problems, and this is where we need to find our balance and walk this walk. So here's the model of it. There's a really great book. This is a really great article. I'm going to put, sorry, I'm flipping through it. Ah! I clicked my tab. Just so you know, you guys, if you're watching, I'm sure you can see, I am posting these comments with these articles in the comments, so you will be able to see them. Here you go. That's me. So we can talk about it a little bit more. I just want to plant some seeds for some forethought in thinking, as you can tell, because of the social unrest that we have seen, as well as some of the climate changes that we have seen. We talked about Australia burning, and now COVID happened, and there's dolphins in the Mediterranean Sea. Like there are some big ecological things happening. We didn't get snow here in Minnesota really until, like, we weren't sure if we were going to even have a white Christmas. So it's an interesting time to be alive. Let's do our research and read some books together.
I love it. I've never heard of this book. I don't think you've ever mentioned it before.
I feel like I mention it all the time. I do. I love it. And I think that I think there's a whole series on it, I think. But that's not my expert. It's just I love economics. It's like my hobby.
I know you do.
Okay. You guys, if you have a chance to, like I said, take care of somebody else, that's what they've been talking about, especially on my favorite podcast, Freakonomics. They say, if you have a chance, take care of somebody else. And I love that. I think it should be a motto for everyone. But this week, we're not doing podcasts. We are, or podcast broadcasts. We are taking the week off and regrouping for our 2021, and we're going to be playing some reruns. If you have a favorite that you want to see, comment below and we will replay it.
Well, I'll just tell everybody I'm going on a self-retreat, doing a self-retreat. I'm kicking out my son, kicking out my dog, not answering the phone for about, I'm starting at 5 o'clock tonight until about noon on Thursday. So
if you're trying to call her, chances are you might have to call me.
That's true. So yeah, I won't be answering the phone. I'm hoping. That's my plan. Doing some reflection and some planning. So I think everybody should take some time and do that. I think it's a good idea.
Should we talk? Do you have any resolutions that you are focusing on this year?
I never do resolutions. I just don't do them. So I think that's one of our topics coming up next week. But I typically don't do resolutions. I just do, plans, make some plans. But because I think people don't stick to their resolutions, so why make them? I don't want to make something and then fail.
I'm a goal setter, and I belong to a hardcore goal achieving group. We call an accountability group, and it's got some people in there that will they will hold me accountable even if I don't. So I don't have a choice to fail.
No, but I think there's a difference between a goal and a resolution.
That's true. That's true. All
I
right.
do. Okay.
Well,
We're
save it for
running
next
long.
week.
Happy
We'll
New
see
Year,
you.
everybody. We won't be back here until Monday again. Or we'll be here Friday. No, we won't. We'll be here Monday next week.
Go away. Enjoy your vacation. And
Okay.
don't worry about us. We'll see you on Monday.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.